Amal Clooney née Alamuddin is one of the most powerful and respected international human rights lawyers in the world. She was born on February 3, 1978 in Beirut, Lebanon. Amal, whose name means hope in Arabic, moved to England with her family when she was 2 years old, settling in Buckinghamshire. Her family fled because of the Lebanese Civil War, although her father later returned to his home country in 1991. She was raised alongside 3 siblings and attended an all-girls grammar school as a child. After graduating from secondary school, Amal attended the St. Hugh's College in Oxford. After receiving a number of awards for academic excellence, she graduated in 2000 with a BA degree in jurisprudence. She continued her post-secondary education in 2001, attending New York University School of Law to prepare for her LLM degree. During her time studying in New York, she worked under Judge Sonia Sotomayor. As a qualified lawyer, Alamuddin could work in the United Kingdom or the United States. In 2002, she was admitted to the bar in New York, and she subsequently gained similar qualifications in England and Wales. Among her most prominent legal work was the international courts in The Hague, including the International Criminal Court. After working in New York City for Sullivan and Cromwell, Amal worked as a clerk at the International Court of Justice. She then worked in The Hague for the Office of the Prosecutor at the UN Special Tribunal for Lebanon. In 2010, Amal returned to Britain to work as a barrister. During this period, she was appointed to a number of United Nations commissions. At that time, she worked on several high-profile cases. One of these included the 2013 drone inquiry. She also represented Julian Assange and the entire state of Cambodia over these years. Alamuddin is also an accomplished teacher, and between 2015 and 2016, she was a visiting faculty member at the Colombian Law School's Human Rights Institute. She taught courses on human rights and human rights legislation. In addition, Amal has given lectures on international criminal law at SOAS Law School, the New School, the Hague Academy of International Law, and the University of North Carolina. In 2015, Alamuddin began a legal case on behalf of the Armenian government to gain recognition for the Armenian genocide. She continues to represent Armenia on behalf of Doughty Street Chambers and has criticized Turkey's stance as being hypocritical. Numerous Turkish Armenians had previously campaigned to have the 1915 massacres classified as genocide. Also in 2015, Amal brought a case against the government of the Philippines for the continued detention of former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. The United Nations later came to the conclusion that the former's detention represented a breach of international law. Later that year, Alamuddin joined the legal team that was defending Mohamed Nasheed, the former president of the Maldives. Nasheed had been sentenced to 13 years in part of what has been described as a kangaroo court. She was later credited with strengthening democracy in the Maldives. Amal was quite busy in 2015 as she also worked on the so-called hooded men case. This involved the illegal interrogation methods used by the British government against Irish citizens. In 2016, Amal spoke at the United Nations for the first time, bringing attention to the rape and slave market organized by ISIL. According to Amal, this included an online slave market on Facebook that exists even to this day. In 2019, Amal became a special envoy to the British Foreign and Commonwealth Office, and she worked on securing global media freedom in this role. Although she was passionate about this opportunity, she resigned in 2020 in protest after the UK government allegedly broke international law in connection to Brexit. But what about her relationship with George Clooney? A Hollywood heartthrob and confirmed bachelor falls for a brilliant humanitarian lawyer, and eventually the two create the picture-perfect family. It's the sort of love story you'd expect to see in a Hollywood fairy tale, and yet somehow in just 5 short years, it's become the real-life romance of Amal Alamuddin and George Clooney. Here's the story of how the dedicated duo met, fell in love, and made a life together. People say that true love finds its way to you, but the adage is rarely as literal as it turned out to be for George and Amal. The couple met at the actor's Lake Como home in July of 2013, when a mutual friend stopped by while en route to Cannes with Amal in tow. In an equally fateful twist, the star's parents were also visiting him at the time, so Amal was introduced to the Clooney family on the same day she met her now husband. George, then 52 years old, had cultivated a reputation as one of Hollywood's most eligible bachelors, with a dating history including celebs like Kelly Preston and Stacy Keibler. But there was clearly something special about his connection with the renowned human rights lawyer. The two hit it off immediately, corresponding for several weeks before the romance truly blossomed. The duo's first official date came in October 2013 when George invited Amal, who was living in London, to come visit him at the famed Abbey Road Studios, best known as a recording home for the Beatles, while he supervised the score for his 2014 film, The Monuments Men. After months of planning down to a playlist of music to accompany the proposal, George invited Amal to a home-cooked dinner on April 28, 2014, hiding the 7-carat engagement ring inside of a lighter box that Amal used to light the candlelit table. After a short engagement, the couple tied the knot in September 2014, just shy of a year after their first date. Surrounded by family and a few famous friends, including Clooney's longtime collaborator Matt Damon, Cindy Crawford, and fellow celebrity couple John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, the couple wed in a private ceremony at the Aman Canal Grande luxury resort in Venice, Italy. When Amal became pregnant in 2016, the overjoyed couple got an additional surprise in the form of twins. And in June of 2017, 1 month premature, Amal gave birth to Ella and Alexander. Returning to her work representing refugees in September 2017, Miss Clooney has managed to excel at the office and as a mom. Coupled with George's creative work and the 2017 sale of his Casamigos tequila brand, the duo remain very busy, but still make time to dedicate to their children, traveling with them to some of the family's favorite spots around the globe. And that's all for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and also share it with your friends. Consider subscribing to our channel for more lifestyle topics and make sure to turn on the notifications for future updates about your favorite super rich personalities.